Hip-hop and automobiles have had a long-standing relationship, and you've probably never listened to an entire song without some reference to a new ride, whether you were fortunate enough to wake up in a new Bugatti, or had the difficulty of choosing between a Beamer Benz or Bentley, or perhaps unfortunate enough to get caught riding dirty. But no matter your whip game of choice, it's clear that cars are here to stay, not only in music, but in everyday life. And if you haven't noticed already, the future isn't all it's gassed up to be. Yes, the future is electric. And unless you've been stuck under the hood of a hoopty, you've probably seen this trend coming for quite some time. I'm here at the 2021 Los Angeles Auto Show in downtown LA. This is one of the world's largest auto shows, showcasing over 1,000 vehicles that are either currently in production, on the verge of being released, or just simply innovative concepts for the future. We're going to not only see what's new in the world of electric, but more specifically, electric SUVs and trucks. If you've been following this hip-hop science platform, you know how much I enjoy trekking out into nature with my Backyard Science series and exploring the wonders of our natural environment. And what better way to do that than combining new technology with the off-road capabilities that we already enjoy, and perhaps saving precious ecosystems and our own atmosphere in the process. So today, we're going to look at some new companies making their mark in the automobile space with their interesting takes on what the future of electric SUVs and trucks should look like. Though it may seem like electric technology is a new trending thing, EVs or electric vehicles have been here long before Rick Ross was saying Maybach music. As far back as the 1830s, electric cars were the vehicles of choice and the dominating industry all across the globe. With a still developing transportation grid, high costs and difficult usability for gas-powered cars, EVs continue to rise in popularity throughout the early 1900s. It wasn't until the development of Ford's Model T in 1908 that the pendulum started to swing in the wrong direction for electric. Ford's highly efficient assembly line process reduced the price point for gas-powered cars, making them much more affordable for the general public. The invention of the electric starter in 1912 eliminated the need for a hand crank, and along with the discovery of Texas crude oil and a much more connected road system that pushed the need for longer-ranged vehicles, EVs pretty much went extinct for decades. But just like Fila, bucket hats, and FUBU. Okay, maybe not FUBU. EVs are back in the automobile spotlight with new and improved high-tech features that would put the OG EVs to shame. Now, we're all likely familiar with the Nissans and Kias and Toyotas of the world. I mean, what you think I do the science for, to push a freaking RAV4? Shout out to Kanye. But there are few car companies out there incorporating sleek, aggressive designs with incredible luxury that just might reshape your thoughts about affordable EVs. This right here is the Imperium SEV from Imperium Motor Company. Imperium is transforming the way the world drives by making greener transportation available to everyone. Their flagship electric SUV has a range of 323 miles and is equipped with dual charging ports for easy recharging. Its high-performance handling and luxurious cabin, complete with the largest panoramic sunroof in its class, make the sport utility and off-road experience with this vehicle next level. Hip-Hop MD here, Hip-Hop Science. I'm with Rick Curtis. How you doing today?
Doing well.
Awesome. And you are the CEO of Imperium, correct?
I am.
Awesome. I had a chance to take a look at some of your automobiles here. Absolutely amazing, really innovative designs. Could you tell us a little bit about Imperium? What kind of separates it from other electric vehicle companies that are out there?
What we do is we find a suitable body or a suitable electric vehicle that's already in production, already proven, maybe already passed the certification test in Europe or other markets. And we usually get some sort of an agreement with that company. We take it here, we test it, make sure that it's going to pass our stringent requirements, and we save ourselves an awful lot of money. It could save, $1 billion, doing it that way. And we get to market a lot faster than most of the other guys. Some of these guys can take 2, 3, 4, 5 years before they get a product to market.
A lot is happening right now in the electric vehicle space. A lot of new companies coming to the forefront, a lot of technology happening. What do you kind of say is your future or kind of your vision for the future when it comes to electric?
Well, the government, state government as well as federal government is trying to get everybody into an electric vehicle, at least 70, 80% by 2030, 2035. depends on what you're looking at, and we're doing our part. You know, it's a big job. You know, electric cars are generally about 2% of the market right now. And if we're going to get to 70, 80, 90%, everybody needs to help. You know, the Germans, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Americans, Canadians. I mean, who's ever making electric vehicles got to pitch in. It's a big job.
Frank Ocean may be known for his unconventional melodies and unique mid-tempo experimental style, but even he isn't a match for this Ocean. The Fisker Ocean also made its official debut at this year's LA Auto Show. Along with its uniquely bold exterior, its interior holds something that you won't find in any other EV. A crazy 17.1-inch touchscreen that can rotate from portrait mode to landscape mode when parked, allowing passengers to play games or enjoy any other media entertainment. Solar panels on the roof add an impressive 1,500 to 2,000 miles of range over the course of a year, improving upon the already sustainable 250-mile range of the baseline Ocean Sport model. The Ocean Ultra and Ocean Extreme models both rep dual motors that can offer up to 350 miles of range with their lithium nickel manganese cobalt oxide battery. Just imagine what the Ocean 11 model can do. So pop culture has always fantasized over foreign whips, whether it be Rolls-Royce in Great Britain or Italy's luxury Ferrari sports cars. But there's another country making waves, or should I say electric pulses, when it comes to the foreign car game. VinFast is a Vietnamese car company that just debuted 2 EVs as part of their mission of addressing the climate crisis by making electric cars for people passionate about progress. The VF E35 and E36 models are the future of smart mobility and are packed with features that include lane assist, voice assist, collision warning, driver monitoring, e-commerce services, and even fully automated parking and vehicle summoning. Yes, if you're rushing trying to make it home after the J. Cole concert, this car can come pick you up. VinFast is also offering multiple unique services, such as the ridiculous 10-year warranty on the entire vehicle. VinFast is also offering a separate rental option for the vehicle's battery pack, an idea that could possibly help lower the entry price point for EVs in the future. Now, if foreign whips aren't quite your thing and you feel more like supporting a good old made in America car, then you definitely won't be disappointed. The brand new Mullen 5 is made right here in the USA with the goal of bringing car manufacturing back to the States at its Mississippi manufacturing plant. This EV crossover goes 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds and has an estimated range of just over 325 miles, plus charging capabilities that allow it to charge up to 80% in just 20 minutes. Everything about this car shouts personalization, from the automatic features that preset your temperature controls and seating before you even enter, to a dog safety feature that can alert passerbys that your little boss interior is relaxing at a comfortable 68 degrees in the car.
What kind of separates the Mullen 5 from other SUVs that are out in the market?
We debuted the car last Wednesday afternoon to the world. First time really for not only the car, but for our company. We're a Southern California-based EV manufacturer. We will have our manufacturing footprint down in Tunica, Mississippi, about 50 miles south of Memphis. We've come in with our EV crossover, the 5, that is competitive at the price point, so $55,000 all the way up to around $80,000, depending on how it's optioned out. From a competitive standpoint, we've got a car that's people absolutely love. We're blown away by the demand on the vehicle and the level of interest on the 5. So our approach with the 5 is a really unique design that really ups the game in the interior of the vehicle. So not as Spartan and utilitarian as like a Tesla, for example, but something that does have what we call an approachable luxury touches with different components in the interior to give it that uplifting kind of experience inside the car. Another nice feature that we're incorporating into the vehicles in the B pillar of the vehicle, which separates the front seat and the back seat on the outside of the car, we've implemented something called Persona. Persona is a camera and video system that's built into the outside of the vehicle. So what that's going to do is at about 9 feet, we're going to start a recognition process where we're going to do our facial recognition. So when you're actually at the vehicle, you get up to the vehicle, the doors will be unlocked, the car will be on, your infotainment app will be set up for you, your climate control will be set to your liking, your favorite navigation will be in play.
Nice.
And the whole idea is the car will be personalized to you before you even get into the vehicle. We are moving to a future where you're going to be able to have smaller packs in vehicles with better performance, better mileage, better performance out of the packs in general. In the future, we're going to move to different types of chemistry. So move away from the lithium-ion slurry chemistry into lithium sulfur, which is something that we're working on. It's still quite a few years out from production capabilities, but lithium sulfur, the sulfur from that chemistry is actually from used motor oil. So that's where we're able to take a used motor oil product, extract the sulfur from that, put that into a new chemistry set that's going to provide a battery chemistry that is going to give you much longer mileage and much longer battery life. If you kind of look at the holy grail with where EVs are and what the future is, you've got solid state, which again, that's going to be a few years out as well, but solid state is where you're moving away from the chemical base and you're moving into solid material to power the batteries. And then beyond that, you have something known as lithium air. Lithium air is where you're actually taking highly purified air and electrolyzing it and putting it and making that the main component in the battery pack. Let's say a battery pack right now is 2,000 pounds in a vehicle. Okay. In the future, you're going to have smaller battery packs that maybe are 1,000 pounds that produce just as much power and just as much range. And eventually moving into the future, which is going to be all kinds of different technologies, such as solid state batteries that'll be even less weight, into lithium air that will be almost no weight. Similar to what we saw with PCs in the late 90s and through the early 2000s, where every year you had really strong advancements that were coming out and across laptops. And a lot of that came down to batteries and microprocessors that were in the laptops. You're going to see something similar with EVs as we get into the next few years, where we're going to tip the scale on becoming a new technology into a mainstream technology that is going to have a 10-fold, a 15-fold, a 20-fold effect in the efficiency and the overall appeal of the products.
Great Scott! The future has finally arrived.
And just when you thought that the combination of solar and electric couldn't get any more wild, Doc Brown came back from the future and brought us this, the EF1T from Edison Future. This truck takes the statement, go big or go home, literally. While most rappers would flaunt their 20 or 22-inch rims, this EV truck sits on some biggie-sized 37-inch wheels. With an estimated range of 450 miles and a 0 to 60 time of 3.9 seconds, this beast of a whip puts the V in EV. And by V, I mean vicious, vibrant, voluptuous, vivacious. Whatever adjective you can think of, the EF1T has been specifically designed to fit that. Wing mirror side cameras provide a full view of multiple angles, and a solar-powered dashboard mosaic along with the retractable solar-powered roof allow for extra battery charging capabilities. This unique roof function, or as Edison Future likes to call it, the Armadillo Armor, is truly biomimicry at its finest.
I'm here with the team at Edison Future to take a look at their EF1T, an absolutely amazing truck. Could you please introduce yourselves?
Sure, this is Joe Spall, Chief Marketing Officer.
Anthony Soto, Marketing Manager.
Awesome. Now, I've had a chance to review the website, and obviously this has been a huge attraction. So many people have been flooding to this vehicle. Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration that went into this truck?
Sure. I mean, our idea was, we've been doing electric vehicles for a really long time, but mostly commercial vehicles since 2003. So when we thought about Edison Future, what we really wanted to do was, have a go at what the future of pickup truck specifically would be. That's a big growing market in the US, but that's one segment where people are not really aspiring to go electric immediately. So we wanted to build a vehicle which would really pull typical EV pickup truck customers to go EV.
And the truck market, that's a tough market to tap into because people, especially truck lovers, are really specific about their trucks, right? They have to have the fierceness, the boldness, right? And you know about the F-150s of the world. They're long-standing, really popular trucks. So you have to literally be able to break into that mode in a unique way. So with that being said, what are some of the specs, highlights, features of this truck that really set it apart from other EV trucks and SUVs on the market?
Our truck, what you see here, will have 3 different battery pack options, a 120 kilowatt, a 150 kilowatt, and a 180 kilowatt. With those different configurations, we're hoping to get about 300 to 450 miles of range. So that's just one feature, but obviously for truck lovers, they want to know tow capacity, so cargo capacity. So on different configurations that we spoke about, we have a single motor, a dual motor, and a tri-motor, starting at about 6,500 pounds of tow capacity.
And one of the features that I actually loved was the combination of solar and electric, right? And especially in sunny places, we're here in Los Angeles, California, you would expect more solar power. What kind of went into that thought process?
The idea here was that we want to incorporate as much as possible from the sun, showcase what the technology can do. With the solar panels alone, you could probably get about 20-25 miles range every day if you're out in the sun, again, like in a place like California, right? I mean, so with 20-25 miles, that will cover on an average, a commuter takes about 30-35 miles. That's the average commute in the US. 25 miles covers about 70-80% of that, and that's significant. If every vehicle can get about 20-30 miles, or at least cover your daily commute from just the power of the sun, then that takes away a significant load from the grid when you're going electric. So that's one of our key motivations here.
Though these SUVs and trucks represent the future of electric, they would all go extinct just like the EVs of the early 1900s if it weren't for an efficient and expansive grid to actually power them. That's where Electrify America comes into play. This is the largest public fast charging network in the US, with some stations capable of charging in as little as 30 minutes. Through the use of their website or mobile app, you can easily locate a charging station near you to power your future Imperium, VinFast, or Mullen SUV. These DC fast chargers support both the Combined Charging System Connectors, or CCS, as well as the CHAdeMO charging protocol. Depending on your EV specs, the impressive 350 kilowatt charging speed can pretty much meet any vehicle's needs. So now that you know some of the dopest SUVs and trucks set to hit the market, what are your thoughts on the future of electric? Are these new off-road capable vehicles truly better than the gas guzzlers we've become accustomed to? Instead of your classic Escalade, G-Wagon, or Rolls-Royce Cullinan that we see in music videos, will entertainers truly embrace new school specs like high efficiency, solar power integration, and fast-charging lithium-ion batteries? With executive orders in place by the president for half of all new auto sales in the US to be zero-emission vehicles by 2030, as well as California mandating all new vehicle sales to be zero emissions by 2035, it seems like the old school is now back to give the new school an old school run for its money. And that's a future that I can ride with. I'm the Hip Hop MD. This is Hip Hop Science, reminding you that curiosity is nature's PhD. Never stop asking. Oh, and if you're gonna ride dirty, make sure it's electric.